hit illegal ham in the face. But bro, where's the banjo?
And I hate it when the banjo stops. What's going on, everybody? I am that fat guy, Jared Fatty Bates. I'm here with my core hosts in the back. We'll bring them in here in a second, but I wanted to let you guys know that Illegal Ham in the Face is brought to you by Lake Erie APA and Harold Keel. We'll get this right out of the road real quick. We have a whole bunch of tournaments going on with Lake Erie APA. We just had an 8-ball tournament. We have a 9-ball tournament coming up. We have more doubles tournaments. There's leagues everywhere. So if you please want to join the APA, the American Pool Players Association, please get a hold of myself, my cousin Vinny, or please go find Harold Keel and Lake Erie APA on their Facebook page. So thank you for that. Let me bring in my boys. Let me first bring in Big Brian while Vinny's finishing up my cousin Vinny's word of the day.
Hey now.
It's all right, bud. I'm not saying anything bad about it. Easy. He's writing. He's got paragraphs over here today, Bri.
It's not good.
Good. How you doing, big fella?
Fantastic. How you guys doing?
Well, it's another day in paradise, right? You know, it's not raining yet. Spring is here.
My favorite time of year.
I got
nice
Easter
lilies
lilies.
right around the corner.
I got Easter lilies getting ready to die in my garden here. This weekend when it turns 20? Can't wait.
I know. I'm supposed to play golf on Sunday, and I think I saw it's supposed to be like 36, 37 degrees.
Hey, you know something, Bri? That's perfect time for golf because you will never hit any further drive than you would that day.
No, it's going to be, it'll be soaking wet. So they'll just plug.
Frozen tundra. Just let it bounce and run.
Be all right with that.
Be like, what was it, Tin Cup when he shot it down the highway with a 7-iron?
Yeah, absolutely. Sign me up for that. As long as it's just not a mud puddle.
Well, I'm going to catch him off guard here. And my cousin Vinny's here.
Hey, good morning, everybody.
All right, so everybody, we were a little bit late coming on. Vinny had some errands and stuff he was doing. He run a little bit behind. He came in hot. When I say coming in hot, throwing stuff.
Hey.
And just like, we got to go. We're on time. We got to go. I'm like, but it's okay if we're a couple minutes late. Everybody understands.
Ready to go at 6 o'clock. Still.
Boy, he clicked it. He was ready to go. So let's get into, let's see here. We got a comment on it. Sounds like you need to suck it up, Buttercup. One of my favorite lines. Love that. All right. Nice. So let's get into our show here real quick, guys, because we got a lot to go. This is the 22nd of March. 2022, and we're going to get into a little bit of Guardians talk. I still got to stop myself from saying the other one, Guardians talk, real quick, and then mostly it's all Browns today. This is kind of like Brian's throwing a softball up to Brian, just letting him bash it out for Browns topics today because we got enough of them, and they're going to come fast and furious. So we'll get into that. We have our Fat Boy Tuesday, which is pasta dishes. Favorite pasta dishes, and then our top 3 is your favorite pasta noodles. Okay, so whatever your favorite pasta noodle is, it doesn't matter if it comes with the vodka sauce, the marinara, the meat sauce, the bolognese, doesn't matter. What is your favorite pasta noodle? All right, which Vinny is all excited about over here. I see him writing a journal over here. He's going to tell us how much salt goes into water, how long it should go to a rolling boil. Yeah, he's all over. day. So, and then we will get into our trivia time, which it's my turn for trivia, and then we got a couple new things on the show tonight. I was actually had a little bit of free time where I was able to do some stuff, which I cannot wait to show you two. I showed Bri last night. Bri loved it. So we're going to first off get into our shout outs. I got a shout out my corner bar again. Played pool at Rookies, went there to get some food, and got their burger. And guy looked at me and goes, "Well, what do you want on your burger?" I'm like, "Everything." And he just kind of looked at me and he goes, "All right, so lettuce, tomato." I'm like, no, you're not understanding me. Anything that goes on a burger that's back here in that kitchen, put it on it. So I got lettuce, tomato, onion, mushroom, onion ring. Hold on, we're not done yet. Pickles, the My Brother's backyard barbecue sauce, smothered all over it. And that thing came out, jalapenos. I can't remember what else I put on. That sandwich came out that thick, Bri. And I'm just sitting there laughing. Bacon, everything. Bacon. I even think I got some capicool on it, some salami, relish.
Coleslaw?
No coleslaw. They didn't have coleslaw.
Okay.
And I'll tell you what, that was probably the messiest, most delicious burger I have had. And I took Big Matt there. Big Matt had the exact same thing minus the jalapenos.
Wow.
He said hands down best burger he's ever had. So please go check out that place. We had a lot of fun there. For me, that's kind of about it. Raymond, yep. Ramen noodle soup is the best pasta there is. I was like, all right, here we go. All right. And other than that, I really don't have anything else. We do have to, on the dogs table, I do want to say it on our show. We found out, Bri, you know Norman. Vinny, I don't know if you've met Norman or not before. So. He put out on Twitter today that he has been diagnosed with prostate cancer. They're doing some stuff. I think he's going to be okay, but I just want to send out well wishes and prayers to him because what an amazing man he is. We have so much fun with him on the dogs table, and I just want to bring it to our show too because we're going to be talking about the dogs table tonight. But just everybody put Norman in your prayers, please, because way too nice of a guy, way too young to be dealing with this right now. So other than that, let's go over to Bri. Bri, you got any shout outs?
Yeah, I'll echo what you said for Norman. And I mean, he's a Browns fan. He's a diehard Browns fan, so he's tough. So there's no doubt in my mind he'll get through it and he'll come out stronger on the other side. So like you said, prayers go up for him and his family and for a speedy recovery. So other than that, let me shout out the Medina Home and Garden Show that's coming up this weekend. It's at the Medina Fairgrounds. In case you've missed the home and garden shows the last couple of years, it's only like a couple bucks to get in. So you're looking for something to do on Saturday. I think it's supposed to be a little rainy. It's inside, so you won't have to worry about that. And then Sunday is going to be cold. So go check it out if you're in the area. If you're looking for something to do, it can be very entertaining and very helpful for your spring projects. So that'll be my first one. The second one, I'm not going to shout out a Big Ten team that's in the Sweet 16 for both the men and women. I'm not going to shout them out. I was very, very hopeful, believe it or not, that Ohio State will pull off the upset and beat Villanova. And, we could have got together maybe on Thursday to settle the score because I think there's a rubber match that would have been coming up because each team has won one game. So I was looking forward to that, but fortunately that won't be happening. But
congratulations. I bet you they paid off their players very well, especially the girl players.
Well, you know me. I mean, I like to razz you a little bit, obviously, about that. But I try to remain unbiased, especially when it comes to Michigan, because I know how Ohio State fans are here, and I'll flat out tell you, I don't think they should have even made the tournament because they were like 17 and 14. You shouldn't make a unless you're knocking off like top five teams. You shouldn't make the tournament at 17 and 14. But I mean, that's what makes March Madness great. A team that probably shouldn't even be there can win a couple games. So, yep, I'll be watching Thursday.
All right. And by the way, did you I gotta talk. Well, we'll talk afterward. Vinny, get your shout outs in, bud. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Actually, I'm good.
You know shout outs?
I don't know. I guess I don't have any shout outs.
All right. I wanted to get your guys' take on the NCAA women's swimming champion. Have you guys seen that picture been floating around?
No.
Mm-mm.
I guess I don't want to mess this up. So, a trans woman won the
Trans person.
yeah. It was, you see the height there is like 6'8" compared to like 5'11". Like, if you can see the picture, please go look it up. I mean, it was a great thing. All I could think of is just, it caught me off guard when my wife showed me, and I'm like, what? And it just caught me off guard. But yeah, it was I think it was like a freestyle for the NCAA tournament. So it was, go check out the picture and check it out, because history is being made. So it's one of the things that are happening right now. So, or at least trending right now. First off, we have trivia time, Brian. You stop clicking. This is my turn to click now.
What are you clicking? Okay.
We are going to get into my cousin Vinny's word of the day.
Oh.
What do you think? I got it done, Brian.
That's fantastic. I could not believe that thing was real. Kudos to you, Vinny. That's commitment.
Yes, thank you. Yes, that
That's
actually
awesome.
Yeah, because I showed Brian last night. He goes, "That's not Vinny." I'm like, "Oh, that's Vinny."
Oh yeah.
I didn't believe it. No way.
It kind of goes perfect with the word of the day, because he's just sitting there laughing at us the entire time as we do this. So,
wow.
Just wait. Big Brian's got something too. So,
Oh well, yeah, I saw
It's
those.
coming.
Going, what are those? You know, I was kind of pointing to them even at you a little bit, but yeah.
See, I told you I'd get you.
Very cool.
I told you I'd get you a sounder. Probably not the one you like.
Intro.
I know, it's all right.
Oh
it's
man,
my cousin Vinny's word of the day.
All right. Well, let's do it then. Today's word of the day is
Wind.
wind. W-E-N-D.
Wind.
Who's ever heard of wind?
It is the imaginary stuff that messes up your hair when you're outside.
Close.
Oh.
Wind would be the real stuff that messes up your hair, but wind.
Is it?
Yeah.
Is it a sandwich with a girl on the front of the
bacon cheeseburger? Classic. Change the game.
Very close. Yes. Yes. Okay.
Is it? Yeah. Is it a junior bacon cheeseburger minus the lettuce and tomato? Is that what you call a wind?
Because it's not completely.
All right, so we got wind. All right,
this is one of the four answers here. It is A, to direct one's course. B, coming or having recently come into existence. C, tending to associate with others of one's kind. Or D, act of giving money, like generosity.
All right. You got it, Bri?
Okay.
All right, Bri's got it. All right, well, we got trivia time, which our trivia, if somebody, now you can click on the sounder.
Okay.
All right, so our trivia is brought to you by Papa V and Curb Appeal Landscaping. Get a hold of Papa V at curbappeal419.com. All right, it is my turn for trivia, Bri. All right, and the Browns pulled off even though it's controversial, a very historic trade for a franchise quarterback. All right. And Jose, you're not allowed to put out the answer because I can still see it. Even though we'll see what happens.
See it.
Brian can't see it, but that's okay. So, in recent history, we've had a lot of blockbuster trades. All right. Multiple first rounds, everything else. Okay. Now, this just came out in Athlon Sports just not too long ago. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the biggest trade, Ricky Williams in 99. So we'll have that one. But can you name the 5 biggest trades in NFL history?
Wow.
5 biggest trades.
And I will give you a hint. I'll give you number 5 on their list. Okay. Number 5 was the Oakland Raiders sending Khalil Mack to Chicago in 2018.
Okay. Let's see what I can. Now, are these all player trades or
player trades? Not draft trades. Player trades.
Okay. So like last year, San Francisco traded a buttload to get up to number 3 to take Trey Lance. That would be on there. Gotcha.
These are for players only. Okay.
I wonder if Deshaun got the most.
Ho ho ho. Oh ho ho. You'll have to tune in at the end.
I mean,
to see.
3 first rounders. I'm trying to think of what Washington gave up for RG3. They might have given up 3 first rounders for him.
Well, that was also, that wasn't RG3. That was draft.
Running
No. I know. I'm just thinking out loud. Yeah, you're right. Okay. Oh, one comes to mind because it's pretty historic, I think. But I'll see what else I can come up with.
Right. I know it's a lot, but I figured it'd be a good one to come up with you. All right.
Sure.
Let's get into let's see here. Where are we at? Running Ball Man's trying to answer it. He's not close on any of them.
Mm-hmm.
So let's get into, first off, I gotta get this off my chest. We are actually playing spring baseball right now. All right.
Mm-hmm.
We had the Cavs last night, had the Lakers in town, and LeBron put on a show and dunked right on top of Kevin Love. If you did not see the highlights from that, I guess the Cavs were kind of caught up in the wonderful Hollywood limelight of LeBron James and lost 131 to something. So it was, Garland showed up and showed out, but there was no defense played, and it was LeBron wanted to prove a point. He definitely proved a point. I think he went like triple-double, 38, 14, and 11 or some shit like that. So we had that last night, but the biggest news that got off to me was, Brian, I've never seen, it's been a while since I've seen a baseball game like this, and I'm going to cuss on this one, and I apologize. So anybody that does not want to hear a certain word, please use earmuffs. But the Cleveland Guardians lost in spring training baseball yesterday, 25 to fucking 12.
Wow.
25.
Well, that's pretty good.
25 to 12. What is this, batting practice? Like, what the hell happened out there? I heard it. I was in the excavator today, Brian, and I heard it. I almost fell out of the excavator. You know how hard it is to fall out of the excavator? I almost did it.
I've almost done it.
I know.
Who are they playing?
Texas? I have no clue. All I heard was 25 to 12. Vinny, look it up who they were playing. 25 to 12.
Wow.
Like, is there a mercy rule like Little League where you just kind of shut it down after the 6th inning? Like, what's going on here?
Yeah.
So obviously, their stellar pitching isn't as stellar as what we thought. Plus, it's also the beginning of the year, and it's also spring training. But that score is just one of those scores. Like when I heard 25 to 12, I was thinking of like a JV basketball game. Like I was just, I wasn't thinking anything of that nature. Just it caught me completely off guard. I'm like, what the heck is this?
Texas Rangers.
So they played Texas Rangers 25 to 12. But hey, soon we're gonna have opening day, Bri. Very soon.
When is it? April 9th? 7th?
I think so.
Something like that. Okay.
I kind of double check, but I think so. But
Our opening.
yeah. Let's see here. Well, let's get into the meat and potatoes while Vinny's looking up the opening day. The Browns made a very historic trade, which we all thought it wasn't going to happen. And Friday came, and my phone blew up and everything else. And we have traded for Deshaun Watson. He got a guaranteed, fully guaranteed $230 million to be your Cleveland Browns quarterback. That means we are trying to get rid of Baker Mayfield as we speak, which is going to be hard to do. We kind of discussed about last week everything that kind of comes with this, because there is baggage that comes with this. I will go first. I'm not happy about the trade, but I am also a Browns fan. I will root for the Browns. It'll be hard for me to root for this guy. We still do not know what's coming out of the cases. The number is staggering, but this is the way the NFL works. And until the NFL gets fixed, it's an NFL thing, because, they allow this kind of stuff to happen. And yes, he's going to be suspended. Probably 8 games, if not more. Yes, we have a backup quarterback, a new one, Jacoby Brissett. We traded Case Keenum for a 7th rounder to Buffalo. And other than that, I mean, Brian, how do you feel about the trade? Now, football-wise, it's definitely an upgrade from Baker Mayfield. I get what you're saying. I still don't think Baker got a complete fair shake here in Cleveland, but that's just me. And, everybody on Twitter, Facebook, all this stuff, everybody can have their own opinion about this topic. There is no need to go after people for their opinion. If you want to root for the Browns, root for the Browns. If you don't want to, I get it. I understand. If you want to go somewhere else, get it. I understand. This is one of these times that all sides can be right and none can be wrong, okay? So all you people on Twitter that are bashing people because they don't want to root for the Browns anymore, that's their choice, okay? Brian, I mean, it's everybody's choice how they want to. We just voice our feelings and our opinions on this show. We don't speak for anybody else except ourselves on this show. I don't speak for Bri. I don't speak for Vinny. I speak for myself only. Okay?
A lot of times I don't speak for myself either.
Well, you got to go get a beer, so I'm kicking you out of this conversation. So how do you feel about this trade, Brian? I mean, we never thought it was going to happen. We said we were out, and then magically we're right back in it. We got it.
Yeah. I guess let me start first by thanking Baker. I know I've been hard on him over the last several months, but I'm showing my support today with my Baker swag. So it's the only Baker t-shirt that I own, but I figured it was right to hopefully send him off on the right way, because I look at Baker as pulling us out of football hell, and that's what he did. I could say the same thing for John Dorsey. They got us to a stable place to where we are not the joke of the league. But at the same time, I think they took us as far as they could take us. With Baker, I wanted to believe. I even said before the season started that they should give him a long-term contract, and I probably 6, 7, 8 games in, I started questioning that. But he's kind of the last couple weeks he's made I don't want to say made a fool out of himself, but he's made it very clear that he doesn't want to be with the Browns organization anymore. And it kind of reaffirms what I've thought all along, that he's too emotional of a player. He's too, he gets caught up in everything. We saw it a few years ago with him popping off at the media, him popping off at Tony Grossi. And, I want a quarterback that's a little more cold-blooded than that, a little more, doesn't let stuff bother him, a little more steady. And Baker, I think Baker's he's showing that the last couple weeks that he's been very thin-skinned. It came out that he wanted to trade a couple days after the Browns met with Watson. It came out that he was demanding. But I also heard, a couple days ago that even before that, even when they thought that he thought the Browns might sign Kirk Cousins. He wanted out at that point, just because he thought in his head, and he was hearing rumors that Kirk Cousins was going to be the quarterback of the Browns. He said, "No, I'm done." And I just think to what Jimmy Garoppolo has been through with the 49ers. And, they traded all those draft picks to draft a guy who was their future quarterback. And Garoppolo kept coming to work every single day and kept putting in work and got his team to the NFC Championship. And that would be the quarterback I want. Even though he's limited in his skills, he was all in for the team. And we all thought that Baker was all in for the city of Cleveland. Baker was all in for the team. He was all in for himself. And once his feelings got hurt, he tried to save face, and he said, "I'm going to get rid of you before you get rid of me." And so that's what he did. And I think that he's just not the guy, and he has these insecurities. And when they start talking about upgrading his position, he just can't handle it. So we're seeing now what the rest of the league thinks of Baker Mayfield. Browns fans all over the country, there's a certain pocket of them that think, I've heard Baker Mayfield compared to Bernie Kosar. Baker Mayfield is not, Baker did not go through what Bernie went through to be a Brown. I mean, Bernie is from here. Bernie, went through back channels to become a Brown. Bernie took us to the playoffs multiple times, AFC championships. So don't compare the two. Baker took us to one playoff. He won a playoff game, which the defense got him 5 turnovers. He was a good quarterback. He wasn't a great quarterback, but he was a good quarterback. So I just have a lot of mixed emotions when it comes to him. But I like I said to you, it's strange to me that Browns fans have not wrote him off already. Because when Odell Beckham Jr. told the Browns, "I don't want to be in Cleveland anymore," and the fans said, "All right, good riddance. You don't want to be here. We don't want you here." Baker Mayfield didn't want to be here. We don't want him here. I think people fell in love with him in the draft process when he came out and said, "I want to be a Cleveland Brown. If there's going to be a person to change the Browns' fortune, it's going to be me." People fell in love with that. I try not to get all caught up in those emotions. Baker didn't want to be a Cleveland Brown. He wanted to be a Brown because the Browns had the number 1 pick. He wanted to be the number 1 pick. That's what it came down to. He didn't say, "I love Cleveland. I want to go to Cleveland." But people heard that. People said, "Oh, yeah, I'm sold on this guy. He's going to be our future." And I mean, he was a good quarterback, like I said, but he just wasn't the answer. So I know we'll get into Deshaun Watson, but I just wanted to get that off my chest about Baker. I mean, I don't even know if he's a starting quarterback in the league right now. He'll probably get a chance this year, but the teams are dwindling down. Where's he going to go? Seattle? Seattle's about the only team left that I can think of that might want him. Carolina came out and said they don't want him. We know Houston didn't want him. Otherwise, they would have traded for him. So
what about Pittsburgh?
Pittsburgh gave money to Trubisky, so I can't imagine that they would try to get him. And there was rumors going around that the Browns were asking for a first for him. Well, we talked last week. We don't know if they can get a third for him right now. So nobody's going to want to pick up that contract, and if they thought he had any chance at being a franchise quarterback still, people would trade a 3rd-round pick, no problem. They'd probably trade a 2nd-round pick. If there was even a sliver of hope that he could be that franchise quarterback, you'd give up a 2nd-round pick, no problem. So I think the mind is made up. I think I've also heard people say that Baker's better than Deshaun, or he's just as good as Deshaun. I mean, you got to be kidding me. You're not really watching the games if that's what you think. Baker is closer to a Tyrod Taylor or a Ryan Fitzpatrick than he is to a Deshaun Watson. So football-wise, it was a major, major upgrade. Obviously we'll get into the other stuff, but yeah, if you're just looking at the football aspect, you should be very, very, very happy as a Browns fan.
And, like you said, you got to thank Baker. I'm kind of on the other spectrum because I was a Baker fan. You call me not even a Baker bro. I don't even know how you come up with that, but I also don't think, you talk about immaturity. Yeah, I understand immaturity, and get, I understand Jimmy Garoppolo. I understand all these other guys that just sat back there and were quiet. Well, that's in their nature. That was never in Baker's nature. Baker's never been that way. Baker's always been this way. So you can't really, tell him to be quiet and shut up when we all loved, oh, how did you do that? Well, I was feeling dangerous. Woke up feeling dangerous. Everybody loved that. I understand, but I mean, I still don't think that he got a fair shake here. That's just me personally, because between the carousel coaches, everything else, and especially last year playing hurt the way he did, and everybody can say what they want to about the shoulder, and he should be able to play through it and all this other stuff. I get it. He still played hurt, and as a hurt person, and you're being told not by the organization but through social media that they're going to go after Deshaun Watson. I mean, it's a lot of scored things on that end. It's like, okay, I mean, that's almost, Bri, I kind of get it, but it's just
Matt Ryan did the same thing, and he's given the Atlanta Falcons a crap ton more than Baker has given the Browns.
And now he's with the Indianapolis Colts because they failed to get Deshaun Watson.
Right. But I'm saying he handled it much better. He handled it with a lot more class than what Baker did. Baker said, okay, you're talking to this guy, peace, I'm done with you.
Okay, well, everybody's that way. Odell was peace done with us like 2 years in a row.
He was done with Baker.
Oh, he was done with the organization. He wasn't traded 2 years ago. So it wasn't.
I think,
and I understand. There's so much going on behind the scenes that we don't even know about, and I get it because a lot of people don't want to play with Baker. I get it. Jarvis didn't want to play with Baker because now they're clamoring they're going to bring Jarvis back, and if they bring Jarvis back, obviously it was a locker room thing, and obviously it was a locker room decision that nobody wanted to play with Baker. I can understand that, and I can thank Baker too.
So that's why you had to get rid of him. That's why it was the right move to get rid of him. People didn't want to play with him. I mean, now we're starting to get more buzz. Like, oh yeah, I'll go to Cleveland. And I'll probably reference this a couple times throughout the show and in weeks to come. This Deshaun Watson thing kind of reminds me of the LeBron thing, because as tough as it is for LeBron to get free agents to come to Cleveland, he was great. People would come to Cleveland to play with LeBron. It was a lot more difficult, but if you have that talent, that franchise-changing talent, people will come to you. But if you have a middle-of-the-road quarterback that doesn't throw to his receivers much, you're not going to get many guys that want to play with that.
Well, time will tell, bud, because we still haven't seen Deshaun Watson play in 2 years. So,
yeah, but I'm comfortable, like you said. It's an obvious upgrade. Obviously, the Browns gave up 3 first-round picks plus some for one guy, and the other guy can't even get one, or a second-round pick, or maybe even a third-round pick. So that should tell you right there the talent difference between the two quarterbacks.
Well, and I totally get that, but if they were done with him, they should have traded him before they got Deshaun Watson.
You can't do that because you don't know. I mean, why would you? Who's going to be your quarterback? Case Keenum?
Why not? You can find somebody, Mariota, anybody else. I mean, if he's that detriment to your team and you don't want him in the locker room, why would you bring him back then?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think the Browns didn't see it going this way with Baker being that. What's that?
Because the Browns are kind of screwed right now with his contract. It's either A, release him and take that cap hit, or B, try to trade him. Nobody wants to trade for him because they know the Browns are kind of handcuffed right now and they have to release him. So you really can't say that teams don't want him. It's just teams don't want him for the $18 million right now because they know that they have to cut him and release him and they can pick him up cheaper.
Yeah, but $18 million for a starting NFL quarterback is peanuts. Most of them are making at least 20, 25. So if they thought that there was any juice left in that squeeze, they wouldn't balk at giving him that kind of money.
Right. It's a hard feeling to be the guy that took you to a playoff. And you could say it was the defense getting 5 turnovers. There was games that he kind of took over too, bud. And so did Nick Chubb.
No. Right. And that's why I wore my Baker shirt, was to show my appreciation. I'm going to be hard on him obviously now and going forward, but he wasn't terrible every game. He had good games. He had great. I mean, the Dallas game, where we got up big, the Tennessee game, the Cincinnati game where he brought us back and he was dealing. I mean, he had some tremendous games. He had some fun games to watch, but those were kind of the spikes. Those were the highs. And we know what the lows were, with Kitchens and last year. And, it'd be nice to have something maybe a little more steady rather than not knowing if your quarterback's going to lead the league in interceptions or if he's going to come out and he's going to throw 3 or 4 touchdown passes. You don't know.
All right. And through all of this news, I mean, we released Austin Hooper. I mean, like a lot of stuff are going like underneath the news, but I mean, Deshaun coming here, yes, the Browns pretty much gave up everything. They're in win now mode because if they don't, you gave up everything. We got no, we got. I saw Kevin's. We got no first round picks for the next 3 years. And, something that can be fine, that cannot be fine. We still need help in the wide receiver room. We still need help defensive end wise and defensive tackle wise. We got the 44th pick. Good thing is we didn't give up the 44th pick. It was
around. You'll get a good player there.
Yeah. So, I mean, now getting into Deshaun and everything else, like, we don't know what's going on. Yes, he is innocent until proven guilty. He was not indicted criminally, but the civil suits are staggering with the 22. Everybody, I don't like this narrative, innocent until proven guilty. I get that. Obviously, 22 people are not lying. So there is going to be some repercussion with this. Obviously, the Browns did their background homework on Deshaun before they were comfortable with it, which is for what it is. I mean, I guess Stefanski, Barry, and both Haslams came out with politically correct statements, which they should have. I'd like to see what he does moving forward, because he's going to take some ridicule. And something, Browns fans are too, because I mean, we as Browns fans picked on the Steelers for certain things, and guess what? Everything comes back tenfold. And right now, we've been getting a lot of jokes and stuff cracked at us. So, and Jose, we're not pulling that up because it's a sensitive subject. So Jose's been chomping at my ear at work. So I'll tell you that off air. But it seems like the Browns have went all in. They found their franchise quarterback. He was 26 years old. He's 6'3" or 6'4". He's a taller quarterback. You got Brissett that's probably going to take over for the first few games. I don't know how First Energy Stadium's going to be when he actually does come back, but we will find out, I guess. And something, I hate to say it, but it's kind of move on time because I'm tired of beating the drum of the allegations, everything else, because it's not going to change unless the NFL changes. And something, it's sad that the NFL will never change. So at that point in time, it's kind of sad that this kind of stuff happens, and it's okay that happens. When any other job in the world, you won't be able to do stuff like this. But that's my personal feeling. How do you feel, Bri?
Yeah, it's gonna be a rough, probably maybe as much as 12 months for Browns fans, because we're gonna hear about this anytime the Browns are mentioned, anytime Deshaun Watson's mentioned. And there are people out there that bring up that maybe we should hear about it, for the rest of our lives. But this is something that's definitely going to follow him around. Even if he goes on to win the next 15 Super Bowls, this will still be one of the first things brought up when you talk about Deshaun Watson. So he's going to have to deal with it. We're going to have to deal with it. But I kind of feel like majority of Browns fans right now, I mean, you have the extremes. You have the people that say, I'm done. I'm never going to root for the Browns again. I can't look past this. This is and if that's you, like I said last week, God bless you. That's your decision. Totally understand it. You know, whatever you think is best for you. You know, maybe for your family. Maybe this type of situation has touched you personally. I'm not going to tell you how to feel. That you're totally in your rights to say, I'm done with the Browns. I'll never support them. And I've seen screenshots of people sending emails to the Browns organization saying, you know, take me off the season ticket list, or I'm canceling my season tickets. I'll never root for them again, or as long as he's on the team, I'll never root for them. And like I said, you're fully within your rights to do that. So that's one end. And I think the other end is the guys that don't even think about, you know, what kind of repercussions this might have, what kind of person he is, what kind of character he has. And they say, you know, where's my Deshaun Watson jersey? He's going to be the best quarterback the Browns have ever had. You know, I'm ordering it right now. And if that's you, again, I won't fault you for that. So, you know, we got 10% here, we got maybe 10% here, and those are the vocal minority to me. I think the meat of the Browns fans, the 80%, we're stuck in the middle. We're
you'd be surprised, bud. You'd be very surprised.
You're on Twitter and you're hearing all the vocal minority. Most of us are not on Twitter. We don't go hunting out other people to pick on them or to attack them. You know, most of us are just we're upset about the move. We're upset at what he did. We don't like his character. We think if he should be in jail, then throw him in jail. But also at the same time, we're Browns fans and we love the Browns. We're diehards, and it's going to be hard for us to give up. We're almost addicted to the Browns. We love the Browns. We've been waiting for so long for them to be good. And now it looks like, you know, they have the potential to be good for 5-10 years. And so it's hard not to be intoxicated by that. So I think everyone at some point is going to have to make that decision. Either I'm with the Browns, I'm going to root for them, or I can't support what they're doing. The players they're signing, I'm against them. Because I don't really buy this. I'm going to be a Browns fan. I'm going to root for the Browns, but I'm not going to root for Deshaun Watson. And that goes back to the LeBron thing. Like people said, yep, if LeBron ever comes back, I'll never root for him again. I'll always be a Cavs fan. Well, LeBron came back. And you're telling me in Game 7 of the NBA Finals, you're not rooting for LeBron to make a big shot or something like that? You're rooting for him to miss every single shot. So, I mean, we're all going to have to sit there and we're all going to have to be a little bit hypocritical because, like you said, I have Steelers fan friends. I made fun of them for what this guy did back here. And we're all going to have to be a little bit of hypocrites, and we're all going to have to, you know, if you want to continue to root for the Browns, you're going to have to bend your morals a little bit. Because, like I said with LeBron, if you're going to root for the Browns, you almost have to root for Deshaun Watson a little bit. I mean, maybe you feel uncomfortable saying that, but the Browns aren't going to win many games handing the ball off every single time. You know, they're not going to rush for 6 touchdowns every single game and have a quarterback go 0 for 0 or 0 for 10 or something. So it'll make you uncomfortable. I understand, you know, the shock right now that you say, I can't do it. I don't want to do it. I can't root for the guy. But over time, you know, you'll learn to digest it a little more. And I think we could probably all agree that maybe the best case scenario is that he didn't do any of this, but that's maybe not realistic. But also maybe another scenario that we'd be comfortable with is if he gave $10 million to each woman that accused him of doing stuff like that. And he was left with nothing, and they got all his money and they were set for life. Again, maybe that's not realistic, but it's a messy situation. The Browns have put themselves in this position. I wish John Dorsey would have drafted Josh Allen number 1 overall, and we didn't have to deal with this. I wish, you know, we would have drafted better. Fact of the matter is, it's a billion-dollar business, and the Browns have not been consistently good for 20 years, and they're desperate. If Kevin Stefanski and Andrew Berry rolled with Baker's unhappy all year, and we miss the playoffs again, their jobs are on the line. So they're worried about their team. They're worried about their job. They like I said last week, they were as desperate of an organization as we've seen in a long time, especially because, you talked to Deshaun Watson, and now your current quarterback says he wants out. So now where are you left? You got no. You'd have to try to trade for Matt Ryan and hope that he wants to come here. There's nobody in the draft that's really knocking down the door that you can trade up for. They're all 6-foot quarterbacks anyways. So, this is, from a football standpoint, this is absolutely the best case scenario, because it gets very, very scary. If we didn't have Deshaun Watson as our quarterback, it gets very, very scary at what you do from here on out, because
we're back in purgatory.
Yeah, absolutely. You're back searching, you're back wandering the desert for a quarterback. You hope, you pray that Baker Mayfield can be that guy. You hope that maybe you draft one of these 6-foot quarterbacks, or you wait till next year where there's another 6-foot quarterback, Bryce Young, who's supposed to be the class guy there. And I mean, you're screwed. It's so damn difficult that we've seen over the last 20 years to find a franchise quarterback. And everything else aside, this guy's a franchise quarterback. And I really do truly feel bad for those Browns fans that have been so loyal, that have been so diehard for so many years. And now they say, I can't root for the Browns, because I believe the Browns' best years of our lives, I don't really remember the 80s a whole lot. The Browns' best years, the most successful years, are ahead of us over the next 5 to 10 years. We've gone through, like you said, purgatory over the last 20 years, and it's been Monday morning after Monday morning after Monday morning, just feeling terrible about this team and calling in local talk shows and screaming at the radio at how terrible they are and they need this quarterback and that. And I think hopefully we're past that now.
Well, we'll find out soon about the allegations. I guess they're still going through civil suits and all that stuff. And like you said, I still don't condone what he did. And like I
Nobody's
said,
gonna feel good about it. Yeah, nobody nobody feels good about it. I mean,
the way I see it, it's an NFL thing now, and it's not even a Browns thing. The NFL needs to change. The NFL needs to do things a little bit more differently, instead of letting, let's see here, domestic violence, child abusers, sexual assault. There was Stallworth killed a guy, still got to play. They need to take a look at themselves in the mirrors and check their morals, because that's where it's at right now. And it's, until the NFL does that, something, let's keep this money train running, because it doesn't matter. So, I can't wait to look at my kids here in a little bit and be like, you might as well be a quarterback in the NFL, because you can do whatever the hell you want. I mean, it's honestly, that's what it is, because you can do whatever the hell you want. As long as you're good, you can do whatever the hell you want.
Like I said to you yesterday, it's a professional sports problem, and it even goes back further than that. It probably goes back to middle school.
Oh, yeah.
Once you realize there's a kid there with tremendous talent, he starts getting treated differently. And you go to any AAU tournament or any high school game or any high school and see the stud linebacker who probably should be suspended for some stuff he does, but people look the other way. So it goes, yeah. If the NFL, I know it's an NFL issue, but these kids have been entitled almost their whole lives. I mean, go to college, go to an Alabama or an Ohio State, and tell me that those difference makers on the football field don't get different treatment by almost everybody that comes into contact with them.
Why is it just Alabama or Ohio State? Why are you bringing Ohio State into this, Bri?
Because it was actually a compliment to them, because they're the class of college football right now. There were just the two that came to mind. I mean, but they had NFL prospects all over their campus. So yeah, I mean,
this has been a kind of, it should have been an exciting show, and it has been for the most part, but it's been kind of like one of those shows where we're not even laughing. We're just like, and I don't like those shows, but they have to happen. As in, like Kevin said, you got to have a conversation. No matter what happens, the
That's
conversation
what we're
has to
doing.
happen. And that's what they did. So, Bri, do you want to get into well, hold on. You still got one more take left in you? Because I gotta play your new sounder.
Sure, go ahead.
All right. Going down to the yep, there it is. All right, Brian, give me your big take. I gotta bring Vinny back. That was the first time Vinny's seen that.
That's awesome.
Yeah. See? All right. So give me your big take of the week, bud.
Well, I guess I'll go back to the big Browns news, and it's hard to stomach, but at the same time, the Browns have done it to themselves. And honestly, the fans a lot of the fans or some of the fans, they want their cake and they want to eat it too. And it's not good enough for them to be a successful team. They want to be successful how they want to be. And it's not always the case. I mean, because if I were to sit here, even if the Browns didn't trade for Deshaun Watson, if I were to sit here and tell you, okay, I want Derek Carr. Derek Carr is one of the best teammates. A lot of people have said that they've ever had. Derek Carr, by NFL standards, is a saint. Fans don't want him. They say, oh, he's not good enough. Oh, he sucks. Matt Ryan I've heard at least 2 or 3 times over the last few days, he's a consummate professional. And people say, no, he's not good enough. I don't want him here. So, I mean, what do you want? Like I said, I want John Dorsey. I want to go back in time and have John Dorsey draft Josh Allen. That's not going to be the case. I mean, there's only so many Peyton Mannings and Tom Brady's that you can draft. At some point, you have to go out and you have to find a guy. But you almost have to pick your road. Do you want to get the most talented guy, or do you want a guy who's an angel, who's a saint, who does everything right? Because let's not forget, I mean, I'll bring it up. Baker Mayfield, a couple years ago, he was alleged to have an affair in the Cheesecake parking lot. We all had jokes about it, and I just saw something this past weekend that he's sliding into some females' DMs. So he's not an angel. He's not a saint. He's not as perfect as you might think he is. So these guys, we think, well, this guy, he's a real bad guy. But this guy, he's a good guy. You don't know. You have no idea. That's why some people just have the take that it's sports. None of them are great guys. We want to root for them, but just give me the best team on the field. So I can't fault you for that. But yeah, like I said, I mean, when I bring up Derek Carr, Matt Ryan, nobody gets excited about that. But if you want to go that road, and you want to keep your moral standards high, those are the type of guys you want. So you got to make up your mind. Do you want to flex your morals a little bit and maybe go after a guy who you don't feel great about? Or do you just want a middle-of-the-road guy who you hope can do better?
All right. That is our new segment, Big Bri's Big Take of the Week. I hope you like the video. That is Bri with his pug Maggie, who has passed away. I had Bri's wife give me a whole bunch of shit last night. Like, where's Lily? I'm like, well, if you want a different picture, send it to me and I'll make it. That's where we're kind of at right now. What I really want, Bri, is if you can get it, I want you to dress up like Brandon Whedon with Lily in the American flag jumpsuit with everything, everything. I want the tassels. I want everything.
I already kind of have it. It's my screensaver on my phone. I'll send you that one, and I can do it more. I could put on the American flag Crocs or something, and really do it up big. But the one I have right now is me drinking a beer with with my American flag onesie on, and she's sleeping next to me.
All right, I need that one then.
Yeah, I'll send it to you.
All right, we'll get a new video made up. What do you think about that? All
I
right,
like
let's get into Fat Boy Tuesday.
All right.
And now it's time for Fat Boy Tuesday.
And Fat Boy Tuesday is not sponsored to you by anything. It's just a whole bunch of, two fat guys and I don't know what
What are you
you
looking
are.
at me like that for?
Well, you're not fat. You're
Doesn't mean I won't out eat you.
well, yeah, okay. Hold on. Depends on what night, what bar we go to. All right. No.
Depends on the food of choice.
Rallies.
Oh,
All right. So
my wife's watching now.
I know
so,
she is.
Yeah, they're gonna get my ass in trouble. Don't start that.
All right, let's go, boys. Fat Boy Tuesday. We are talking pasta dishes.
Yes.
All right. This got brought up last week because we talked about we're going to do our top 3 favorite pasta noodles. But let's get into some of our favorite pasta dishes. And obviously we got to go to the straight Italian guy first, right? The Anzalone. We got to come up with it. My cousin Vinny.
I mean, I thought that's what. Yeah, it's just me right there. You know.
Yeah, it's just you. So, what are some of your favorite pasta dishes, bud?
Favorite pasta dishes, definitely. Your lasagna is amazing. Stuffed shells. Love stuffed shells too. You get the big ones with the ricotta in there. Oh yeah, definitely.
Hold on, it's not ricotta.
Well,
ricotta. Say it right.
So what?
Say it right so we know.
What's it make the difference?
Well, it makes a difference. If it's pronounced that way, I want to know what it's pronounced like. So I don't go to Italian deli and they laugh at me when I go.
You order what you want, and I order what I want.
I understand, but I need.
With that.
Yeah, because they'll make your sandwich better than mine.
I'm not eating a sandwich. I'm eating pasta.
Okay, your pasta would be better than mine. I need to know the ins and outs, Vinny.
Don't you worry.
Jeez. All right, keep going.
Actually, one of my favorite pasta dishes is something that my grandfather used to make all the time, and it was just olive oil on noodles and then mix in some eggs. So, sometimes you'd use butter too. So yeah, cook the pasta up, stuff like that, and he would make them with angel hair pasta, and then get some eggs and Big Bri
he just left us.
He's coming right back. I think he went to go make it. Put a little pepper then on it too. Oh yeah, fantastic dish.
Like my favorite, my mom makes her lasagna.
Mm-hmm.
She does the crock pot version of her spaghetti sauce.
Oh yeah.
And I think simmers for like at least a few days.
Oh, yeah.
I love it. Hey, I just walk over and I look at it, and she goes, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "Nothing." I take a piece of bread and just dip it in. So she slaps me a lot of times. That's probably why I am the way I am today. Also, you can't go wrong with a good spaghetti meatball. You got to especially get a good meatball, though. You can't mess around with a meatball.
No.
And then we brought up, I put it out on Twitter. Always Positive Jay came back with chicken parm. And I had to go to the Italian in the group and say, is chicken parm even a pasta dish? And I guess because of the spaghetti that comes with it,
you get like the fettuccine noodles along with it. So I think that's what he's kind of going for. I might be wrong.
Okay.
But I think that's what it is. And it's different than the fettuccine because the fettuccine uses the white sauce versus, using the red sauce.
And then a lot of people came back with the chicken Alfredo. Brian's back. We're bringing Brian back. The chicken Alfredo. A lot of people came back. Like there was one at work today. The penne with the sausage. The Italian penne with sausage and the vodka sauce.
Okay, yeah. That's very good.
Oh, yeah. And if you don't know what the vodka sauce is, try it once. It'll blow your mind. Brian, do you know what the vodka sauce is?
I'm pretty sure I've had it, but I don't know how to make it. What is?
Well, it's a mixture of marinara, the cream, right?
It's it's a little bit more of an orangey looking sauce versus more of a traditional sauce or a white sauce.
Yeah, Ashley will make that, and I agree. It's the best of both worlds.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. So, what are your favorite pasta dishes there, big fella?
No, I'm with you guys. I'm with Vinny. Lasagna is near the top of the list. I don't nearly get it as much as I should, but yeah, you just can't beat a good homemade lasagna. Even Stouffer's lasagna is hard to beat. It'll weigh you down a little bit, but it's good going down. Chicken Alfredo is another one my wife makes. Well, probably one of the best dishes that she makes is her chicken Alfredo. She does like this Parmesan crusted chicken, and it's really, really good. The other one that kind of takes me back to my younger days, going over to my grandma's, she would make spaghetti, but she would use the elbow macaroni, and she would kind of make her own sauce. I think it was very simple. It was like ketchup and tomato soup. I think I've talked about it before, but really good. She'd call it short spaghetti. And that was one of my favorite dishes growing up. I tried to make it myself and I just didn't do it right. So she was the only one that could do it and get that concoction just right. So I love that. And then I'll throw in, maybe a curveball, something out of left field, macaroni and cheese. I mean, technically pasta. Nobody
There you
thinks
go.
about it like that, but yeah, any kind of mac and cheese.
The one I want to try the most is I think it's the linguine noodles. They
Mhm.
bring out the actual Parmesan cheese,
Mhm.
like the whole roll of cheese, and they toss it in that. That looks amazing. They
Yeah.
put it on your plate. I'm like, oh yeah, I gotta try that one
Yeah.
time. But also, what's the one with the mussels? Mussels, olive oil, and like a linguine.
Oh, you know what? I don't eat it
Oh,
because of
that's
the
right.
mussels. No seafood,
Oh, good
which is
lord.
actually very un-Italian of
You
me.
think? Because they love shrimp and
Yeah.
everything else.
Yeah. Huh.
All right. Well, boys, let's get into our top 3 favorite noodles then. Awesome. Before we get to our top 3 noodles, I got to bring something up for these guys. All right. So you have your garlic toast, garlic loaf, cheesy garlic bread. What's your guys is like? Do you guys do garlic bread with everything? Like, I always do like the straight Italian bread. They get like Giant Eagle or a deli, like just the nice break with a fluffy, just like just dip it in the sauce. I mean, what's your guys' go-to bread when you guys have a pasta dish?
Usually ours is the cheesy Texas toast.
That's exactly what.
Because there's just 2 of us here, so we don't want to cook up an entire loaf of garlic bread. So a couple pieces of the cheesy Texas toast, and you're good to go. Take about 5 minutes.
Okay, now have you guys ever made your own garlic bread?
I don't think so. No, I mean I've done it for parties or something, get-togethers, or I've had it at get-togethers, but usually not when it's just the 2 of us.
I was gonna say because I've made my own like poor man's garlic bread because you can't find the Texas toast.
Yeah.
So you get butter, all the Italian seasonings, garlic, and then a piece of bread. Just paint it up, throw it in the
Yeah.
oven, let it toast up.
Sure.
Never comes out as good as I want.
No, God, no, because the middle is still really.
But if
Amen.
you like a garlic
Sure.
powder, you mix it in with the butter,
Yeah.
and then go ahead and spread it over. That'll work a little bit better
all right,
for
so
you.
now we know that's going to.
So I would probably
Here at
try
our
that.
house, we are mostly Texas toast, not
Yeah.
cheesy because the boys don't like the cheesy. But even the one that we did find is the breadsticks,
Okay, yeah.
the garlic infused breadsticks.
Yep.
God, those are so good.
A lot of times
Sound
too,
good.
we'll do like crescent rolls and stuff like
Oh,
that.
I didn't even think about
which
crescent
are very
rolls.
good. Yeah, we'll do like the
Mhm.
berry crescent rolls and
Oh,
stuff.
that sounds good
Garlic
too.
knots.
What's that?
The garlic knots are kind of like that.
Garlic
Yeah.
knots, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
There's
All right.
all different kinds.
All right,
Yeah.
as you can tell, I haven't had dinner yet. So let's move on to our top 3 pasta noodles. And I'll go first because mine are kind of like my number 3 is I love a good ravioli. If you get a good stuffed shell, and it just like the one I like the most is the one with the spinach and the ricotta.
Yeah.
Spinach and ricotta. Love that. Number 2, penne. I love penne pasta. I don't know what it is. I've had so many penne bakes. You know, I'm just a fan of that. And my number 1, and I go with video on this one, stuffed jumbo shells.
Yep.
You get the jumbo shells stuffed with all that cheese and all that deliciousness, and once you take a bite, it burns the hell out of your face. It's almost like a pizza roll on fire.
It collects the juices.
Oh,
all right
yeah.
in there. You take a bite out of
I
it.
even
Even
scoop
if it's
it.
a half a bite.
I
it'll make a difference.
even scoop the opening so I get some more juices in it. So let's go to Big Bri for your top 3. We'll save Vinny for last.
Okay.
Right. We got to.
right.
My number 3 would be the spiral noodles, the corkscrew ones. I think they're called, Vinny, maybe you would know, fusilli.
Rotini.
Yes.
Rotini.
The reason I know that is from a Seinfeld episode. So if you pick up on that, good for you. My number 2 is angel hair pasta.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I just feel like maybe because it's smaller than your average spaghetti noodle, so I feel like I can eat more. But I'm a big fan of angel hair pasta. And then my number 1, can't remember if we brought it up on the show or brought it up afterwards, and it's probably just because it takes me back and I haven't had it for so long. The choo-choo wheels.
Yep.
Choo-choo wheels. All right.
Yep.
If they're still around, I'd eat them, but I haven't had them in at least 20 years.
All right, hold on.
I'll get you a couple boxes.
Thank
Chickpea
you.
pasta with olive oil and pesto. They make a chickpea
That's
pasta.
not bad.
That sounds amazing, actually. Chickpea pasta.
I'd try that.
Good, because I got like 1,400 cans of chickpeas downstairs. You can make your own pasta out of it.
Oh, yeah, wonderful.
Okay.
Good
All
luck.
right, let's go to Vinny's top 3.
They have a squash pasta too.
Oh, I love the squash.
Make that. That's
Well, yeah,
very
you
good,
just
too,
oven roasted
but-
squash, and
yeah.
you just
but-
Mhm.
Yeah, my top 3, definitely. I love the lasagna. I love the stuffed shells, and my number 1 is the angel hair pasta. I do
you
like that.
the
The
angel
most
hair.
yeah.
I figured you'd be
Yeah.
like a fettuccine kind of guy.
No,
Really?
no, not really. I mean, I enjoy fettuccine, but no, just plain buttered noodles with
Nobody even
eggs
mentioned
and
the
stuff
bow
like
ties.
that,
I almost
you know?
mentioned the bow ties.
Yeah, they're good.
Oh, bow ties are good.
All
You
right.
know, you get a large variety of them out there. You know, so many of them to go through.
All right, Bri, you ready? Let's
Not
close out
really. Go ahead.
So there has been, oh damn it. Well, I lost the trivia. Go figure that one. Go figure that one.
Oh, shoot.
All right. Biggest NFL trades ever with a player involved. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So I asked you, I gave you number 5, which was the Oakland Raiders and Khalil Mack in 2018.
Sure.
Okay. Try to give me the other ones.
Well, I'll be honest with you. I was trying to think, and the really only one that sticks out to me is Herschel Walker, because that's brought up all the time.
Number 1.
Number 1. What would they get for him?
Number 1. They got a whole bunch of first. It was a 3-team trade. They got 3 first-round picks. I can't even remember. It was a ton of picks. Went back to the Cowboys for that one. That was one of the hugest trades ever. 18 players
Crazy.
were traded in that. All right. So you got the number 1. Do you have anything else, or you want me to read off the other ones? I mean, you got the number 1. That's amazing.
Yeah, you could either give me hints, or I could just. I mean, because I'm pretty sure
One
Khalil
was
Mack
this year.
went for 2 first-round picks. The other one I
One
thought
this
you said
year.
was this year, so I thought maybe of Stafford, but he only went for 1 first-round pick, I think.
So Deshaun is on here. Deshaun's number
Right.
3. All
Right.
right. Number 4
Okay.
was this year. It just happened not too long ago.
Khalil Mack again?
Nope. Denver Broncos trade for Russell Wilson.
Oh, right. Duh. What did they give up? 2 or 3 first rounders?
I think 2.
Okay.
First and second round pick, a 5th round pick, a 4th round pick. So, and Drew Lock, tight end, and another player, defensive lineman. So they gave up a lot.
Okay.
But here
What
is
year, what year or what team was number 2?
1987.
Okay, never mind.
You were barely born then. You were what, like 2?
Yeah, about 2 or 3.
All right. 3-team deal since Eric Dickerson to the Indianapolis Colts was number 2. So
Where did he come from? I only remember him from the Rams. Right.
Yeah,
Rams.
he went from the Rams to the Colts. So
nice.
Unreal the trades that happened. So
yeah.
All right, we got my cousin Vinny's word of the day to finish up.
Alrighty. The word again was wend. Wend. So A, B, C, D. Is it A, to direct one's course? B, coming or having recently into existence? C, tending to associate with others of one's kind? Or D, act of giving money, like generosity?
I'm going to go A.
Okay.
Not bad. Listening back, A sounds like a decent answer. I blanked on it a little bit because I was thinking of the trivia question. So I heard C and D and I went with D.
Okay. And Brian went with D. Okay. The answer actually is A, to direct one's course.
Yes. And guess what? Jose screwed it up. I didn't even guess Jose's answer. He picked B.
The long and winding road.
Tell him to text me the answers. Well, no, not if he's wrong. Never mind.
Oh no, I'll let Jose text you the answers. Jose can text you all day. Behind the story scenes. All right. So boys, we're here at the end of the show. Thank you everybody for watching. I'm sorry we kind of it's a conversation that needed to happen. After this, we are going to be kind of a little bit more upbeat and kind of do our thing. We got Guardians baseball, which home opener April 15th, and they start at Kansas City April 7th. So we got a few weeks and baseball starts, brother. So here we go. Thank you to our producer, my cousin Vinny. Cousin Vinny, why don't you tell me good night?
Hey, have a great night, everybody.
All right, let me kick him out of here. If I can. I got fat fingers. Give me a second. There it is. All right. Big Bri, thank you for everything, my brother.
Still here.
Yep.
Still miss you at work, but I hope you're doing well.
Maybe I'll be back soon. You never know. On the weekends, maybe. I told him. Let me know.
Crossed. All right. God bless him, Vinny. Or Bri. Jesus.
Yep, here I am. God bless you. God bless America.
All right. I am that fat guy. We definitely support our troops and our first responders. Thank you guys for everything you do. Also, please get a hold of Harold Keel at Lake Erie APA if you want to start a pool team or you want to join a pool team. Or if you're new to pool, you just want to come out and have some fun on a weeknight. They have a league every night. Have some fun. It'd be here in Western Cuyahoga County. So give us a call. Give me a call. Get a hold of Vinny. Get a hold of us here at Legal Hand of the Face. We'll set you up. And on that note, we are definitely uncorked, unloaded, and we are out. Thank you guys so much for watching.